Imagine stepping into a world where every detail of life sparkles with wealth, elegance, and prestige. A world where luxury is not an accessory, but the atmosphere itself. This is the world of Bernard Arnault, a man whose daily life moves like a perfectly composed symphony of power, taste, and refinement. Morning light pours through towering glass windows, touching marble floors and rare art pieces worth fortunes of their own. As the day begins, his wrist tells a story before he speaks a word.
Years ago, when you go to Japan, for instance, you have no Chinese. You had no.
Patek Philippe Grand Complications. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Richard Mille masterpieces that cost more than entire city blocks in some countries. These are not just watches. They are symbols of precision, discipline, and legacy.
I think one of the watches that everyone's been talking about, it is a watch that takes lab-grown diamonds and uses them in an incredibly innovative way.
Each tick echoes decades of vision and control. Then there's the garage. Not a garage, but a private universe of engineering excellence. A Rolls-Royce Phantom moves in silence, effortless and commanding. A Bugatti Chiron sits like a restrained beast, over $3 million in raw power, waiting to roar. Ferrari 812 Superfast, Bentley Continental GT, Lamborghini Aventador. Each car chosen not for noise, but for meaning. Boom, standing here feels like standing inside ambition itself. Luxury flows effortlessly into the smallest moments. Crystal glasses filled with rare cognacs aged for decades. Vintage wines pulled from private cellars. Champagne like Louis Roederer Cristal poured as casually as water. Every meal is curated. Every toast is intentional. Boom, the bottles alone could change generations. And then the homes. Not houses, statements. Paris, Monaco, Beverly Hills, sky-high penthouses overlooking glowing city lights. Private villas on the French Riviera where the sea meets sculpted gardens. Marble staircases, gold accents, infinity pools stretching toward the horizon. Each property reflects balance, power, and calm control. Bernard Arnault doesn't just live in luxury, he designs it around himself. Travel, in his world, is theater. Private jets where first class feels like an afterthought. Helicopters cutting across Monaco's skyline. Super yachts that feel like floating cities, hosting nights that look unreal even in memory. Boom, every journey is not movement, it's an arrival. But before the empire, there was a beginning. Born in 1949 in Roubaix, France, Bernard Arnault grew up surrounded by discipline, business thinking, and quiet ambition. He studied engineering, learned structure, learned patience, worked alongside his father, observed, calculated, planned. Long before luxury, there was vision. Long before billions, there was focus. When he entered the luxury world, he didn't chase trends, he reshaped them. His move into LVMH in the 1980s wasn't luck, it was precision. Louis Vuitton, Dior, Moët & Chandon, Hennessy, brands that didn't just grow, but evolved into global symbols of desire. Boom, this wasn't business, this was empire building. Bernard Arnault turned taste into power, elegance into influence, and patience into dominance. And the world noticed. As the empire expanded, so did the scale of his life. Today, Bernard Arnault's net worth is estimated over $230 billion, a figure so massive it surpasses the economies of some nations. But this wealth isn't stacked in vaults or sitting quietly in cash. It lives inside brands, culture, fashion, art, and influence. Every Louis Vuitton handbag carried through Paris. Every Dior runway that silences a room. Every bottle of Moët & Chandon opened in celebration. His fingerprint is there. Boom. This is wealth that shapes the world. Return again to the details, and they become even more staggering. His car collection runs into the tens of millions. Rare hypercars, limited production Ferraris, collector Bugattis so exclusive they feel like rolling sculptures, Rolls-Royce craftsmanship that takes months to complete. These are not just vehicles, they are declarations of taste and control. And his watches, historic Rolex Daytonas, rare Patek Philippe references that collectors wait decades to find. Audemars Piguet Royal Oaks built with precision that borders on obsession. These pieces aren't worn to impress, they're worn to reflect legacy. Boom, this is not ownership. This is curation. His yachts, floating masterpieces stretching nearly 100 meters, host private gatherings where global CEOs, designers, and power players sit under Mediterranean sunsets, discussing the future of fashion, technology, and global markets. Every property he owns, from countryside estates near Versailles to elite city penthouses, reflects quiet authority. Marble, glass, art, symmetry, control. Now imagine this moment, a global business summit, cameras flashing, and there, Elon Musk standing face to face with Bernard Arnault, a handshake between technology and luxury. Musk, the man building rockets and electric revolutions. Arnault, the man building timeless empires of heritage and craftsmanship. You may have seen moments like this on social media. Two titans exchanging respect, sharing a brief conversation, smiling for the cameras. In interviews, Bernard Arnault has spoken about innovation, long-term vision, and adapting to a changing world.
In perfume, in cosmetics, in Louis Vuitton with the cherry bag that you see.
Boom. When power recognizes power, the atmosphere shifts. And then picture another scene. A formal setting, flags behind them. The President of the United States greeting Bernard Arnault with a firm handshake. A quiet but powerful exchange about markets, trade, global employment, and economic influence. Moments like these are often covered in the news or appear in official meetings, global business and political leadership intersecting. In interviews, Arnault has emphasized discipline, focus, and long-term thinking.
And when he started shops, he came to us to ask advice.
Boom. This is not celebrity, this is global relevance. Yet beyond the gold, the cars, the yachts, and the powerful meetings, there is softness, family, his wife, Hélène Mercier. A world-class pianist, his children, many of them deeply involved in the empire he built. Private dinners, quiet vacations, moments where rankings disappear and laughter fills the room. In those spaces, the billionaire title fades, and something richer appears. Boom, the sweetness that completes the picture. His true legacy isn't only the billions, it's creation. The brands under his leadership inspire millions and define global taste. Every Dior gown, every Louis Vuitton trunk, every celebration touched by his empire carries vision and precision. He didn't just accumulate assets, he constructed a universe where beauty and business coexist. And even now, with everything achieved, Bernard Arnault remains focused. Focused on legacy, focused on refinement, focused on the future. Because here's the real question. When Bernard Arnault eventually steps back, who will manage the empire? Which of his children will take full control of LVMH? Who will carry the vision forward? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Boom. This is not just a rich man. This is a dynasty in motion. If you enjoy deep dives into billionaires, power, legacy, and global influence, like this video, share it with someone who dreams beyond limits, and subscribe for more stories about the people shaping our world.